Metacritic has done irreparable damage to the gaming community.
A gamer, you see?
Way too. Honestly, I feel like this video is long overdue. As long as I've been doing YouTube, I don't feel like I've ever done a sole video on just this topic. I feel like throughout the years, I've like lightly touched on the topic, but never just did a video on it. Playing video games in the year of 2023, with a lot of gamers looking towards their favorite content creators to cover or play that game or stream that said game, combined with social media, Metacritic has become the end-all be-all in the year of 2023 if you are a gamer. Metacritic has become the gospel for a lot of gamers out there. A lot of gamers cannot even make a conscious decision amongst themselves a lot of times if they want to play a game or not. They'll see a game that interests them, and before to where it was like, you know what, this game interests me, I'm going to buy it. Now is, you know what, this game interests me, I'm gonna wait for the review scores and the Metacritic score to drop. It has become so backwards in the gaming industry today, with the gaming community, in what is a good game or not, because we are so reliant on review scores. And I get it, games do cost more today. A lot of times you are taking a gamble with a lot of these games today. We don't want to waste $60 or $70+ on buying a trash game or not, but it's being taken to the extreme with whatever score a game gets. Depending on what game it is, it justifies it being worth that price. No matter if you like a game or not, a lot of people have to go on Metacritic to justify for themselves for that game being as good as they think it is. You know what's funny? A game that I am really looking forward to this year, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. I'm really hyped for that game, and it's crazy because I don't care about Star Wars at all. I'm actually more hyped for this game than a lot of the Star Wars nerds in my Twitch chat, but I'm like really excited for this game. And then they're like, I mean, Jedi Fallen Order only got a 79 on Metacritic, and I thought that was crazy. I'm like, what? A 79? This game was freaking amazing. But sure enough, the game is a 79 on Metacritic. That's the first thing that suckers was telling me. Me personally, I think that game was way better than a 79. We all know with the times we live in today, if your game gets anything below, honestly, a 89,
Hear me good, nigga. I'm here to double down. That shit is a 2-pack of ass.
so if you see a 79 for Fallen Order, you think with just the logic that a lot of gamers have today that, oh, this game was nothing special. Bro, that game was amazing. I loved that game. And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of people, because games now have to be a 90 or higher, when they see any like game that is getting a lot of attention and praise, especially if it's a AAA blockbuster game, and that game does not get a 90 or above, it flopped, it's mid, it failed. It's just like, how have we gotten to this point? Another thing that recently came up in my Twitch chat is Final Fantasy 16. A lot of suckers in my Twitch chat are looking forward to that game. They think it's going to be a game of the year contender, all that. I didn't say nothing bad about Final Fantasy 16. All I said is if I want to play Devil May Cry, I just play I just played Devil May Cry, and I'm looking more towards Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 than I am Final Fantasy 16. I'm not really all that crazy for Final Fantasy, and I made a bet with a few people in my Twitch chat that I said that, oh, there's no way that this game receives a 90 on Metacritic, because a lot of them were saying, oh yeah, it's going to get a 90, it's going to receive a 93. I'm like, bro, if you look at Final Fantasy VII Remake that people loved, that junk is at a what? 87 on Metacritic. Still a great score, right? A great score. There's no way that 16 gets over a 90 on Metacritic. And now, mind you, I don't really care about these scores like that, so I still think that I predicted that it's going to get in like the mid 80s. Suckers, like the way suckers then say, oh, you hating on the game, you just a hater. How am I hating on Final Fantasy 16 because I'm saying it's gonna receive mid 80s?
Get some help.
Like, suckers literally are so brainwashed with review scores today that if you dare give a game that they're looking forward to below a 90, you are hating. All I pointed out was, bro, Final Fantasy VII Remake didn't even get a 90. You think Final Fantasy 16 is?
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
It goes back to just how twisted Metacritic has made a lot of gamers' brains. I do think there is some truth to review scores and what you see on Metacritic. It's not like it's completely false. Like, it is a culmination of a lot of people's thoughts into one review score. But when it's gotten to the point to where, like, that's all that matters on what makes a game good or not, that's what people go to justify if a game is good or not. And they'll only use it when it fits their argument to justify if a game is good or not. That's when I feel like Metacritic has honestly hurt gaming more so than it's actually helped. Because a lot of people, they won't even give a game a shot no more. They will make their decision based off of if the game has a good score, if it deserves to be a game of the year contender. They'll completely skip out on a game based on whatever people are saying about it, even though it'll look interesting to them. They're like, well, that's what they're saying, so it must be true. It must be true. Like, it has just become absolutely, like, sad and ridiculous to see how much, and I'm not just talking about kids, these are grown-ass people that have a job, make their own income, you know. It's a not like they can't buy these games, but these suckers will, the first thing they do, they will run to Metacritic when a big game, right before it's about to come out, when like a game goes gold and then the review scores start to come out, they will run to Metacritic to see if whatever they thought about the game is true or not. If your game receives an 85 or an 86, I promise you it's not a bad score. It's not. Even if it's a AAA blockbuster game that came out and it receives, you know, mid 80s, that is, I do not know. I do not understand how we have gotten to the point to where if a game receives mid 80s, it consider, like, it's almost like as if the game flopped or something like that. I feel like Metacritic has almost like freaking turn the brain of gamers like upside down, and it's like these suckers think, oh, it has to be a like it has to be a 90 or above, or it's complete trash. How have we gotten to this point? How? Like, I'm actually asking, bro. Metacritic is honestly toxic. It really is. It's a really toxic site that I feel like a lot of gamers lean on a little bit too much. I'm not saying you can't lean on it sometimes, but I just feel like a lot of gamers, they literally put their heart and soul on a Metacritic score. Has Metacritic helped from a development standpoint developers put out better games because they know we are so overly critical on games today and how important a good review score is? Like, leave all y'all thoughts and comments down in the comment section below. I feel like this will be a very like interesting topic to get other people's opinions on, especially if you are one of those people that do rely a lot on review scores and running over to Metacritic and you know, seeing these scores. Like, I want to hear from you all. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until the next video, my brothers and sisters, I'll catch you boys in my next one. All right, we out.